into it. Oh, maybe I should put it back.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. On December 17th, 1903, the Wright brothers changed the world in one simple step. Orville Wright was born in 1867. His brother Wilbur was born 4 years later in 1871. These two young children were interested in that, and when they were both young, their father introduced them to a toy that could fly. And then they soon made their own replicas. Although they found out that the heavier it was, the more faster it would fall down. Growing up, their brothers owned a print shop, which Ed Stiles helped them own the print shop by in exchange for some popcorn. Ed taught Orville some of the ins and outs of the printing business. This was very helpful as Wilbur published the West Side News to keep him focused. And in 1893, both the brothers started a bike repair shop called the Wright Cycle Company. See, this is the West Side News. These are both the brothers. Orville has a mustache. And then this is the Wright Cycle Company. And in 1895, the two brothers started building their own bikes. Between 1890, they were more interested in flight when the brothers had heard about Otto Liefenthal, a German aviator who had died in one of his crashes. And then between 1899 through 1903, they developed a mechanical glider. In 1900, they built their first glider. And then in 1901, they built this, and then they flew their second glider like a kite. And they did the same with 1902. And in 1903, they were able to fly, but only in a straight line. And the flight only went 120 feet on December 17th. 1903, Wilbur was pilot for 4 very short flights at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. By 1905, they had refined their glider by studying it in flight. And Wilbur was able to circle their test flight 30 times in 39 minutes for a total of 24.5 miles. The Wright brothers were proud to be from Dayton, Ohio, where their 1905 glider is still in a museum. The first brother to die was Wilbur Wright by typhoid. The same sickness which had almost killed his brother. And then, in 36 years after his brother, Orville Wright also died. And this is their military flight at Fort Myers.
Good job.
I'll pass. Pass it around.
You can hear the plane flying.
I have a question for all of you. Oh, I have a question for all of you. What four parts of an airplane have been on since 1903? Chris?
Are one of them the wings or something?
Yes. Wings are one.
Okay. That's the only one I could think of. I don't think the engine was created at that time.
Yes, you.
Wheels? Wheels?
No. Surprisingly not. In 1904, there was no wheels on airplanes because there was no runways.
Sometimes on planes. Oh, did you call somebody else? The tail of the plane?
Not exactly, but I'll let that slide. Well, it's really the rudder.
Keep going. Go ahead and give them that first.
Last one.
I was thinking that some planes have wings in the middle, and then some of them have smaller wings on the back. Would those be one, or would they not?
They would actually not.
Oh, okay.
Different answers.
The last one is surprisingly an elevator. Not the elevator you ride on shopping malls.
I don't want to know. I know the elevator is like the thing that makes the plane go up.
Correct.
Like one time I was making a paper airplane, and I asked somebody to put elevators on it.
Did you know that all Wright airplanes are covered with cotton fabric called mousseline? Many of the silver parts of the Wright airplanes are wood, painted with a mixture of shellac and aluminum. All Wright airplanes use a chain and sprocket transmission to link the engine and the propellers. The first powered heavier than air sustained flights with a pilot were made on December 17th. The 1909 Wright military flyer was flight tested at Fort Myer in Arlington, Virginia. When the elevator are in front of the wings, it is called a canard configuration. The Wright brothers' patent was for the 1902 glider, not a powered airplane. The 1911 Wright xvid was the first to fly across the United States. It took 49 days. Questions, anyone?